Yo, welcome back to a new video. I know I say this every single week, but can you really blame me? I am genuinely so excited for Black Clover's next upcoming chapter 324. This could very much be, as most of you believe, the last time we ever see Yami in action, and it's going to be a Yami and Nacht duo. This is something I've wanted ever since we learned of Nacht, and it was like so shocking because I always thought Yami was gonna die, so we were like, we're never gonna get a Yami and Nacht team up, and now Yuki Tabata has presented the chance for that team up. So let's talk about next upcoming chapter, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, be sure to subscribe, and join Discord. Let's just jump straight into my prediction. Jumping straight into it, obviously, we're gonna start with where last week's chapter ended. Last week's chapter ended with Yami and Nacht finally, oh my god, together again. It looks like Nacht is out of his suicidal pact moments. He's standing tall with Yami side by side. Now, as much as I want this combo to work, I highly doubt they're gonna kill Lucifero in this combo. I do believe Yami and Nacht are gonna do some crazy unison raid. Oh, dude, I said unison raid, but shoutouts to anyone who reads Fairy Tail and knows what unison raid is. Such a cool concept. Only used like one time in Fairy Tail. Whatever, who cares? Fairy Tail was questionable at best. But anyway, Yami and Nacht are gonna team up next chapter. I'm excited to see what Nacht does. Nacht has been really carrying these last couple chapters, especially last week's chapter on 322. Nacht did Devil Mode Union Canis with Equus, and he summoned like these two giant wolves that kind of like held Lucifero, and that was such a cool moment for Nacht. Like, the way Nacht uses his powers is honestly unbelievable. I do believe the sword William gave Yami is going to be a major factor in this fight. The World Tree Creation Magic Mistleton Blade is apparently a blade that belonged to a Norse mythology king, and it's the sword he used in his last battle. I know I said I'd do a theory on it, but, you know, I've been pretty busy the last couple days, so I'm sorry if I haven't gotten around to that. Something that I actually do believe is going to come up in these next few chapters, and I'm starting to think where this is going to go, but Gray noticed that Yami's body has changed. He's basically almost the same as Asta, who is devil possessed. It looks like Yami's got a devil heart going, and he's absolutely overflowing with magic. Now, this could be going in two ways. This could just be a Yami power-up. Whoa, Yami power-up. Or Yami's gonna get possessed. Now, I know a lot of you have been suspecting Yami to die, but what if he doesn't die? What if Yami gets possessed by Lucifero? At the end of the day, Lucifero has the ability to control every devil. He's unable to control Libe because of anti-magic. But if Yami does have a growing devil heart in his body, and his body is turning into that of a devil possessed, then it could be stand to point that if they do somehow defeat Lucifero, he's going to take over Yami's body. Yami, everyone's favorite character, becoming the villain. Now, that could honestly be what Yuki Tabata has planned for the Black Clover manga. So I do want everyone to take a note, because this is 100% coming back in the next few chapters. This week's chapter 324, I believe, is going to most likely be the second to last chapter of volume 32. So either this week's chapter or next week's chapter, something insane is going to happen. If this week's chapter ends with Gray healing Asta, and Asta getting ready for a final attack, then I believe next week's chapter something insane is going to happen leading into volume 33. So I'm actually very excited to see what Yuki Tabata has planned. At the end of the day, Tabata is a madman. It's very hard to predict what he has planned for Black Clover at the moment, because whatever he has planned, it could just go in the opposite way. Like, I know I've been saying this for a long time, but Tabata is very hard to predict, especially this arc. I've been also wondering very much how this arc is planning to end, because Tabata really hasn't. He's kind of written himself into a corner, let's just say. Because if lucifero is defeated, then it's... the whole devil saga is just over. Where do we go next? Black Clover's not ending. So that's definitely assurance. Because if it was ending, it would have been announced at Jump Fest. So the same way as Horikoshi announced that My Hero Academia is ending in the next year. So now it's kind of feel like it's being rushed. But Black Clover isn't ending. So at the very least, we have another 50 or 100 chapters of Black Clover manga left. So at the very least, Tabata does have a plan. What that plan is, I don't know. But anyway, guys, this week I asked you guys over on Discord, what do you think is going to happen in the next Black Clover chapter? We're starting our predictions off with Kawaii Pika, who fully correctly predicted Black Clover chapter 323. Guys, remember, if you also have a prediction, be sure to write it on Discord. And if your prediction comes true, you will get a super cool emote and a lot of XP. Anyway, Kawaii's prediction this week. Chapter begins with Yami and Nacht battling lucifero together. Asta is still out with his injuries. Yuno finds out about William's condition and rushes to his aid. Chapter ends with the remaining bulls showing up on lucifero, striking a fatal injury on Nacht, and Yami gets emotional and starts tapping into his dark devil powers. As I mentioned, Yami does have a devil heart, or a growing devil heart, so that is definitely going to be something that's going to be showing up in the next few chapters. Kill West says, Yami and Nacht begin their fight with lucifero, with Yami showing his new strength. Asta and the others are also there, possibly preparing chapter ends, with them landing a blow, or Asta and Yuno team up with Yami and Nacht. I don't know about that last part. Celtic Owl, Yami and Nacht will fight lucifero and actually last for a bit because of Yami's devil dark magic, but then Yami will have side effects from his devilification. It looks like a lot of people have noticed that Yami genuinely is starting to turn into a devil, or at the very least a demon. I'm not entirely too sure what Tabata has planned. Hajime no Josh Fredro says, Yami and Nacht do a combined attack and it manages to graze lucifero. Lucifero gets angry and pummels both of them. Noel and the others enter in order to defeat lucifero, and they get pummeled because lucifero has reached peak anger. Chapter ends with Asta stabbing from behind via a surprise. Now, Noel is a very big factor in this, because, like, hello, where are you? Earth to Noel! Where is Noel? Seriously, has anyone seen Noel recently? Ina Fog says, Yami and Nacht fight lucifero. Yami realizes something about his new power, then he surpasses the limit and does a new attack. Nacht also says Yami powers is now more like his devil mana mixed. Chapter ends with lucifero in a bad mood and starting to make a gravity magic spell. I like that theory. I do like that theory a lot. The last for today, Demandar says, chapter begins second as last chapter ends as Nacht and Yami fight lucifero. Nacht activates the same attack he does against Lilith and Nahama as Yami joins in on the game of tag in the shadows. The spell he's thinking of is Monument of Atonement, which was a really cool spell. This giving time for either Sekoi to seal Asta's injuries or Gray to use her transmutation magic and heal Asta. Chapter ends as Asta is fully healed and is waiting for this time to attack lucifero. I do like this part of the theory, Monument of Atonement coming back. That was a very strong spell. Lilith and Alma obviously broke out of it very, very fast, but at the end of the day, we don't know how long they were in that spell for. In our world, it was just a few minutes. Maybe Nacht was fighting them for like many, many years. Like, who knows, right? Anyway, what is your favorite theory this week? Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below. If you too have a theory, be sure to join Discord. Be sure to like this video. Be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. My name is Shim, as always. Peace.